Morning, folks. Today, let's zoom in on Bitcoin and actually get a closer look at what's happening here, okay? So, a little bit of funky chart, I'm going to be honest. I actually was tethered out 25% around here, right, just because I was a little concerned. I was actually able to buy around here, so I re-entered this position and actually scooped up some VIB, I think my most recent trade call, and I went pretty heavy on that call, and I'm rather excited for how this is all going to play out. Right, because we still technically have a bullish condition here. Man, it's a weird chart though, right? We got to go down to the 15-minute to actually get an understanding of all these mass readings, because everything is so choppy, right? So here's the problem, guys. We're still having macro level mean reversion on the daily, right? So if we change this to the 250 period, right? That's going to be defining for our mean reversion condition, right? So let's zoom in on recent price action and excuse the lag, 3 to 8 p.m. It absolutely destroys TradingView. Okay, very nice, right? So when we entered this band right here, we triggered a condition, a market condition, mind you, a macro level market condition that implies long-term consolidation, right? Because whenever we cross long-term mean reversion pivots, price will trade laterally as defined by that band until it reaches below the 0.7 value. And that is still a long way away before we even get close to that kind of reading. So really what I'm expecting here is for the bottom edge of this band to flatten out and the top edge of this band to really scoop down in on price, right? So everything's just going to compress around price, right? Because that's actually one of the conditions for market bottom, is an extended period of reduced volume, reduced price volatility, and compressing probability volatility on top of an institutional benchmark, right? So we had this trigger right here, and now we're likely just to bounce along here and see a lateral mean reversion where the mean travels down to meet price, okay? So with that in mind, this long mean reversion condition messes up a lot of the signals on shorter time frames because the pull of a longer term mean reversion can cause shorter term bearish mean reversions to fail. And it makes for poor trading, if we're being honest. So if we look down here on the 15-minute chart, we can look at some short periods of mass generation, and we are going to be able to get some decent readings on that at the very least. So here we're looking at the 120 period. Let's get that loaded up, just so we can get a good understanding of what kind of monster we're dealing with here. Okay. It's an ugly chart. It's not really playing the way I want it to. Right now, I have very few positions in actually Bitcoin. Everything I'm doing right now is just matching this bullish altcoin condition, which has been treating me very nicely, and a short on TRX, which is I'm 50 sats in profit. We're good. Okay. So this downward move generated mass to the 120 period. We entered here. We hit our mean reversion condition, and then we are no longer trading laterally as defined by the band. And you know, the giveaway answer is price will now trade laterally as defined by the band if we have a longer term mean reversion condition underway, which again makes for poor trading. So really, right now in this market condition, I just recommend playing altcoins over anything else, right? Because we have a nice bullish condition here, and other than that, guys, I don't have much to say about this. Yeah, sorry, I don't have much to say, but one of the most important parts of trading is knowing when not to have an opinion. You know, if we aren't matching the conditions that I would typically go for, then we're going to have a bad time. So what we can look at is potentially this volatility overhead to see how it's treating us. And honestly, that might give us some answers that I might have missed here on the 4-hour. Right? If we look at the 180 period instead, hold on. Okay, this might make more sense for me. 180. Okay. No, that's Duh. Okay. I don't know why I didn't start out with that. Okay. Never mind. This makes sense. I lied. I do have an opinion. Yeah, we're caught in the lateral trading range until it goes beneath the 0.7 value. You can notice that we trade laterally as defined by this longest overexpanded period, where price can now travel outside the band, and we found support directly on the mean and the 3.2 standard deviation. Wow, that's a lot cleaner than I remember it being. And then you can also notice this really cool little reject here. Oh, yeah, from this perspective, I would not bet that price is going to go above this top edge of this pivot here. Huh. Okay, so we're going to get lateral trading as defined by this compressing period, which really means if we touch down on the bottom edge of that band, it's going to be your best bet for a long position. I guess right now you do have a pretty high probability short entry if we tag the top edge of that 181.25 standard deviation. Okay? So never mind, I do have an opinion. I just had to dig a little bit deeper into it. Huh, okay. I was caring too much about this small mass generation down here on the lower time frame I kind of forgot about the macro level of compression. That's my fault. Okay. And I kind of just assumed that this volatility overhead was disconnected. But if you actually look closely, that it's still technically connected volatility overhead. All right, because we did have that cloud of mass generation up above. I need to put more work into that, into defining whether or not the volatility overhead should be considered a part of the mass plume or not. But that's a talk for another day, and that's going to take a lot of theory crafting and back testing. So that's all I have to say about today's idea. It has been a pleasure. I'll see y'all later. Nice, guys. Okay. Cat just gave me a lot to look at. CMT, Walkcoin, AE, Storm, Fun and Lisk. Jesus, dude. Okay. Hold your horses. I have to get out my phone. I can't remember all that. I remember CMT, so I'll do that one first, okay? CMT first. CMT, BTC. What am I doing on the daily? We get the bullish wave PM cross. Got a mean reversion condition from the previous generation of mass. Yeah, this is a bullish chart. Let's define retracement values, okay? Longest over, yeah, okay, here's the problem. I can give you a retracement value right now, but because this overexpansion is going to keep growing, that retracement value is going to change. So I guess I could urgently just keep an eye on this, but honestly right now, just with this new plume that's forming, I can't give you an answer until we actually start seeing that retracement underway. Okay. So why don't we take a look at Walkcoin instead? Walton Chain. WTC, BTC. Positive weighted mean period volatility. We got that big old wave PM cross, but it was actually to the downside, which is kind of funny. So daily isn't really going to do much for us here. 4-hour chart, no significant slope probability of volatility quite yet. I want to see a little bit more time on sustained trend here before I actually call anything. Next we'll check out AE. AE BTC. Okay. What do we have here? Okay. What do we got? Daily CCR roll up. Bullish condition. Yeah, I could play with this. This one isn't bad. This one really is more of an accumulation range, isn't it? Is there any defined spring? I guess that wick there, but it's not very significant. No. That looks awful lot like the creek, but it's really quite a failed breakout over here. I don't know. You know, if the accumulation range just keeps on failing like this, I want to see the beginning of trend before actually betting on anything. Okay. Storm. Again, just potential accumulation, but no real clear signal for it. You just have all this stupid little chop down here. I want the beginning of trend. I'm sorry, dude. If betting on potential energy is good, but only when you have significant weighting. It's just not here yet. So we're going to check out Fun BTC. I got to keep good posture. Ugh. Okay. You know, I would actually stream much longer if you guys give me like 2 minutes to put some tea, start boiling some hot water. That would do it for me. Okay, we can actually define our tracement value on this one. 60 period. 70 period? 70. Yeah, just from basically looking at the 50. Yeah, we're stuck in that compressing range right now. You know, just the slope of this downtrend is still far too aggressive. So, on this one, we just want to wait for the re-expansion of the 70, see which way it goes. Until then, no opinion. Lisk. Okay, now this is good because we have slope of probability volatility and actual weighting on the quad CCI. Now I can deal with this. Bullish signal on daily wave PM. Okay. Yeah, okay, I can deal with this. Yeah, you just want to treat this as a quad CCI entry? Sure. Wait for the 14 period CCI roll up, and then I would actually consider that a good long. Okay. It's a good chart. And I think yeah, Big Blue over here chose Lisk, and good thing he did, because it's the only one I'm actually okay with right now. Okay, I make tea. Be right back. I'm gonna put on some of my music for you folks. You get to listen to my homemade ambient music. Find me on SoundCloud as Astrem. It's the genitive form of the Latin word star, which translates to your star. I'm very, very proud of that. It's very clever of me. Okay, BRB. Okay, I'm back. The water's on. Hi, folks. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Wow, nobody stopped watching. That's weird. We're going to look at... I just did Lisk, so we're going to do ENJ. I really thought you guys would start, like, dropping more coins while I was gone, but we'll start with ENJ. Drop more coins. I got a new notification. Somebody likes that video. Good. I saved that video on the Reversion chart instead of Bitcoin, and it kind of ruined my momentum. So we want to look at ENJ BTC. Oh, come on, man. Why would you do that to me? You know what I think of these charts. Like, when you have such a parabolic move, your retracement values don't really work the way you want them to. Okay, this we can deal with, potentially. Nice. Okay, see, this is what I was looking for, right? If you want to trade this kind of thing, you need individual plumes on each individual move, right? You can't just use the first one from the initial generation. Okay, you have to wait for these successive plumes to form to define the secondary retracement values. And let's actually see if this is holding up the way one would expect it to. Right, our initial retracement value is 180. So we'll change this to a 180 band to see how we fare. Okay. That's actually really good. Okay, you can actually see your breakout right there when you begin the re-expansion of that overexpanded period. So we re-enter the band, we retrace to the relative mean, and then we trade laterally with all these short entries on the top edge of the band. And the tea's ready. Hold on. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, as I was saying, now I can actually define the retracement values on this most recent plume, which looks like it's at 140. Cool. So we can define trend. Oh, what did I just do? That was bizarre. Okay. 140. Let's check it out. Wow, that's so well defined. That's ridiculous. Like, look how perfectly it finds support directly on the pivot for mean inversion. Okay, you load this band up on your chart, 140, 1.25 standard deviation on the 5-minute. You can be long in this until it re-enters this band here, then it's going to go straight to this mean, and it will trade laterally. I can tell you the exact moment when it will start flagging. That's insane. And how volatile is this, right? How large are these moves? Hell, that's 8-9%. Yeah, you can make some really good plays on this if you play it right. You can actually be really successful down here, guys, if you have the right tools. And I sell the right tools. But, my God. Like, actually seeing these retracement values, like, in play is just so gorgeous. And we can actually define it for, like, the initial move as well. So let's go back to the 15-minute and define that retracement, okay? Come on. Come on, buddy. It's taking these time. Actually, dude, it's not chamomile, unless you made chamomile. What I made is Kava root. Kava's pretty funky, man. Tastes like shit, but it's fun stuff. Okay. Oh, loaded right. Okay, we're looking at the 350. Yeah. No, we're still technically defined in trend. Yeah, okay, this is what I was afraid of. Watch. Right, you don't use the initial generation of mass because, well, it's not relevant. Okay. That was fun. Let's talk about... ONT. Hey, this is a breakout. From 16... Whoa. That's big. $450. Oh my god. I can't make this up. Kat, I want you to point it out. What do you see, man? Why is this chart so flippantly profitable? That's just insane. Right there. Pivot for mean inversion. Perfectly defined trend. Oh my god. Right? Because if we stay outside, trend is sustained. If we cross inside, we see the full mean inversion. Just the frequency and accuracy of which it acts as an actual pivot for trend is unprecedented. Yeah, John Harris, if you drink enough kava, it is quite euphoric. You're right. It's really, I would consider it pretty similar to coffee as far as like strength of effects go. But it's really nice stuff, man. I drink a lot of it. I ordered another pound recently. Okay, it's just... we really do have the golden ticket right here, man. Big Blue Surf asks, I'm looking to put a big chunk of USD into Bitcoin. When do you see a good entry for that? I don't see a good entry for it short term. You want to wait for the midterm, the retest of the weekly 200. Okay? That's going to be your entry. Otherwise, don't enter at all. Really. You want to wait for that. God damn, guys. You're a bunch of degenerates. Bunch of degenerates. Absolutely irredeemable. I'm talking about natural Hawaiian herbs for anxiety, and you start like, oh yeah, I'll just snort some Ritalin. Like, god damn, guys. You need to relax. There's something wrong with y'all. It's like comfy time. Yeah, sure, man. If you want to die. Okay. Well, since you guys rather talk about drugs than charts, I'm going to look at charts. Oh, scalpy scalp. I'm going to set an alarm for this. Not on the put on X chart on the bit. There we go. I want to play this, man. This looks spicy. Setting up that alarm for entry. Woo! No, that's a good chart. I'm into that. Dash. That's a short entry if I've ever seen one. How much you bet that this is retraced exactly to the longest overexpanded period? Mean. Ready? Okay, I'm going to lose my shit if it has. 350. Let's check this out. It's 450. Type 350, what happens? Yeah, that's fun. Right, where we re-enter this band, it goes straight to the mean, and then it trades laterally as defined by the period. It's just too clean, man. Too clean. It's a really bullish day. Across the board. Ito. I had fun playing this chart, I'll tell you. I bought right here and I sold right there. I should have used a trailing stop, damn it. Or a trailing take profit, excuse me. I actually want to look at that on the 1 minute. Just give me a second, please. I just want to see how it reacts to those giant wicks. Okay. Yeah, see, so like a trailing stop would be able to, or a trailing take profit would actually be really nice on this kind of chart. Because it actually does see some significant action. Or I want to look at the volume candles that are associated with it, because I want to see what the red volume looks like. Yeah, no, trailing stop would have been much better than a hard take profit. God damn it. All right, because we get price action up there quite some time. And my chart is lagging to high hell. Excuse me. Right, so I put a hard take profit right there at 2222. Okay. And a trailing stop. Well, no, trailing stop would take me around in the same area, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, that, no. Okay. So that downside there. Yeah, I would have made an extra. How much extra would I have made? I want to know. 5%. Okay, that's significant. Okay. I'm going to take a look at F and then I'll be done for the day. B. It looks so weird seeing candles without the Bollinger Bands on them. I've just become so aesthetically used to it. Okay, we want to look at the 180. Oh, it's going to be the 180 mean, isn't it? Yeah, just about. I should have played that mean reversion. Right there. To right there. And now, you can get some short entries up here. No, actually we can't. Because that volatility overhead is sufficiently compressed to allow for the beginning of new trend. Okay, I have to get Walton Chain with volume turned on. Okay. You know how MFI is volume weighted RSI? Can we make a volume weighted CCI? Would that be cool? Yeah, that's just bot trading, man. Yeah, you see this kind of thing on BQX as well here. This is just somebody turning on their trading bot for a particular area. Watch. So BQX, BTC. Right, we actually had some really similar volume signs. Back here. Actually, all before this. Wow, I haven't tried BQX in a long time. All right, you can actually see the exact location someone turns on and off their bot. So, okay, this is one of my favorite chances, just to point out. I guess one could call it volume manipulation, but just someone turning on and off their volume bot, right? God, this lag is unbearable. So, they turn on their trading bot here. Right there, see? Oh, there's a lateral choppy action. And that's my buy order right there, guys. I did that. Be proud. It's my very own candle. Immortalized in the TradingView charts. And then they actually turn off their trading bot when support breaks, which is kind of interesting. Okay. I can't deal with this. It's too laggy. Anyway. My point is, even though you start getting large volume and significantly bullish action, so like we saw the same kind of uptick in volume throughout here, and yes, we did see this kind of upward sloping move, and then it just broke through support as soon as market condition changed. So, I'm really not inclined. Someone says, Raven coin is pumping now. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Of course it is. Okay, folks, this was fun. I will talk to you all tomorrow, same time, 1 p.m. MST. I need you to like this video and subscribe to this channel. It'd be a pleasure. See y'all later, folks. Have a good one.